Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to tonight's teleconference, Lose Weight in 2008. I'm your host, Frank Mangano, and tonight we'll be speaking live with clinical hypnotherapist Steve G. Jones. And Steve will be revealing his long-awaited revolutionary weight loss plan. Now, at this time, I want to welcome Steve to the call, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Steve, he has been practicing hypnotherapy since the 1980s. He is the author of 22 books on hypnotherapy. Steve is a member of the National Guild of Hypnotists, American Board of Hypnotherapy, president of the American Alliance of Hypnotists, on the board of directors of the Los Angeles chapter of the American Lung Association, and the director of the Steve G. Jones School of Clinical Hypnotherapy. Steve is a board-certified clinical hypnotherapist. He holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Florida, a master's degree in education from Armstrong Atlantic State University, and is currently working on a doctorate in education at Georgia Southern University. Steve regularly conducts research on hypnotherapy, and currently he is working on a study which tests the usefulness of his test-taking CD among college students, and the results will be presented at the American Association for Adult and Continuing Education Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the call clinical hypnotherapist Steve G. Jones. Steve, good evening. Are you with us?
I am, Frank, and how are you this evening?
Doing well, Steve. Thank you for asking.
Certainly. And before we go on, Frank, I think people should know who you are. They probably do by now, but just in case, Frank Mangano, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Mangano is a consumer health advocate and a natural health writer who has authored and published hundreds of articles pertaining to natural health. He's the author of 3 best-selling books pertaining to natural health and is an independent researcher. Frank, as always, it is an honor to be on this call with you tonight.
Same here, Steve. Thank you very much for that introduction, and I'm ready to get started. And as always, Steve, I'm looking forward to talking with you this evening on this very popular topic, which is weight loss. Now, before we begin, Steve, I understand you'd like to give out a website with an outline for tonight's call?
Certainly. The website that we'll be looking at is, and I'm going to go there now myself, is gethypnosis.com, and we've added something on there about weight loss. You'll see a couple options. Just go ahead and click on the weight loss one. And I wanted to use this as an outline because it talks about the ideas that over the 20-plus years I've been doing this, I've developed about weight loss, and it talks about how you can integrate them for yourself, whether you're using a program like mine or doing self-hypnosis on yourself, or if you're a practicing hypnotherapist working with others, this gives you an outline that you can use. So if you go over to gethypnosis.com, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, excellent. And Steve, prior to the call, I've done a little research, and I'd like to start here. Now, I know that the American Medical Association approved hypnosis in 1958, and since then it's been used to help many people lose weight. So I'd like to start with you. And my first question, exactly how can hypnotherapy be beneficial to someone who's looking to lose weight, get into better shape?
Okay. Well, Frank, that's an excellent question, and hypnotherapy is helpful in that regard because, let's face it, at the basis of everything that we do is our underlying belief in ourselves. Can we do it or can we not? And the subconscious mind holds the key to that. So if you tune in to your unlimited potential that you have in your subconscious mind, well, not only can you lose weight, but you can make more money, you can overcome all kinds of obstacles, you can overcome fear of flying, you can become more motivated in general. Everything starts with the subconscious mind, and that's where hypnosis comes into play.
Okay, wonderful. And I do like to state, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be opening up the lines shortly. Steve, I see the switchboard is lighting up, and people want to ask you some questions, which we're going to get into. But right now, Steve, I'm at gethypnosis.com, and I notice on this page here it says about a 12-month membership plan. Now, exactly what does this membership plan consist of? How does this come into play with weight loss?
Okay, well, the membership plan is very straightforward, and it consists of the protocol that I've developed. Now, keep in mind, Whether you're interested in the membership plan or not, if you go to gethypnosis.com, you're going to see how you can lose weight, whether you want to do it for yourself, do it for someone else, or just if you want to know about it. And I talk about the months there, which are laid out, but these can be looked at as a way for you to understand weight loss in general. For example, month 1, we talk about weight loss. Weight loss, the recording that we have in the Titanium series there, is designed to reprogram you about what you're eating. I've found in my 20-plus years of experience that if you can reprogram first and foremost what you're eating, in other words, what you're eating that's not effective, get it out of there. And what you're not eating that you should be eating, fruits and vegetables and so forth, get them in there. Then you've set yourself up for success. So as you look through all of the months, just look at that as a way that you can tackle this situation, whether you want to use our program or whether you want to do it for yourself, or if you're a hypnotherapist working with others, you can use this system.
Excellent. And I definitely would like to go into more detail about the specific months that you have listed here, Steve. But before I do that, let me ask you, what type of success rate have you personally had with using hypnosis to help someone lose weight?
Well, I've had a tremendous success rate. The percentage of success is in the high 90s. And the reason is that when people get serious enough to invest in themselves, then they are ready to make a change. They're ready to make it happen. They are ready to do something. And usually what I find is when people turn to hypnosis, unfortunately, they've already tried everything else. They've tried, as I tell my clients, they've tried everything short of leeches to lose weight. And they are ready to make a breakthrough. They're finally ready to stop playing around, stop pretending with themselves, stop lying to themselves, and actually make it happen. So what I've seen in recent years, however, now that hypnotherapy is so popular, is that people are coming to hypnotherapists first. Rather than waiting as a last-ditch effort, they're coming to hypnotherapists first. And so we're seeing even greater results now because people are really determined. The word's out there. Hypnotherapy works. So since people are convinced about that, they already know the power of the subconscious mind. They're ready to make it happen. So the success rate is going higher every day for people using hypnosis to lose weight.
Okay, excellent. Now, Steve, let me ask you, can hypnosis be used solely on its own to help someone, or is this in addition to, let's say, are they still going to have to be using the fat-burning supplements? And, obviously with certain diets that are out there, they are not the healthiest. So, where does the role of hypnosis come into play with that? Can it actually replace those unhealthy diets?
Yes, hypnosis can help you replace the things that you have been eating which are disempowering to you. Your unhealthy diet can be replaced by a healthy diet using hypnosis.
Okay, excellent. Steve, if you don't mind at this time, I'd like to take a call. I see a number of callers on the line here this evening.
Sure. I'd love to answer questions.
Okay, and the first caller who I'd like to get to is with area code 813. Caller area code 813, are you with us? Okay, let's try again. Caller with area code 813. Okay, not seeming to answer us. Let's try another one here. We see a caller with area code 302. Caller area code 302.
Maybe they're all deep in hypnosis.
I think everyone is a little shy here tonight, Steve. All right, let me bounce around here. We'll come back to them. Hopefully they'll want to talk at some point. Caller area code 718, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, good evening. Who are we speaking with?
My name is Denise from New York.
Denise from New York, good evening. Do you have a question for Steve about weight loss this evening?
Yes, I do. What would be a good reason that people do not lose weight on diets?
Well, there could be a number of reasons why people don't lose weight on diets. Diets, a lot of times, just don't work because they have the intention initially of the person losing weight, but they lack the underpinning that's required. Now, if you look again at gethypnosis.com, you see that that's addressed. Now, whether you want to use this program or another one, it doesn't really matter. But the idea that comes up for people is they start to doubt themselves, and they start to binge eat and so forth. They start to have sugar cravings, and they doubt their body image, and they basically back out of what they've already set up for themselves. Now, we have addressed all of those things in here. We've got in month 6, you'll stop binge eating. We've got in month 8 that you'll overcome sugar cravings. We've got earlier on in month 5 that you'll improve your body image. So those things which people normally come across when they're dieting can be overcome with this. When you think about someone who wants to diet, they usually just think, hey, I want to lose weight, and I'm going to go for it, and that's the way I'm going to do it. But if you are determined all the way through, that's when it's going to happen for you. We've also got something in here about exercising. Not only exercising, but enjoying it. You have to burn more than you take in. That's the simple formula. And so, to answer your question succinctly, people just lose the drive to do it. So we've addressed the various problematic areas which will come up for people if they just decide they're going to diet and they don't actually have the underpinning, the subconscious belief in themselves that they can follow through.
Mm-hmm. Is there a certain point while dieting, and it is successful, that a body will stop and then again begin?
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that question?
Sure. As a person is dieting and doing it successfully, is there a point where it stops and then again it begins to lose, your body begins to lose weight?
If you're dieting, is there a point where you again begin to lose weight?
In other words, your body will stop at a certain weight, and then again it would begin to lose, the rest.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think what she's trying to ask, Steve, is when it comes to, is there a phase where you hit a plateau?
Yes, you can hit a plateau.
Okay.
And this program, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
You hit a plateau?
Yes.
Yes, you will hit a plateau. And most people, when they hit a plateau, decide that they're going to stop. This is the amount of weight I was going to lose, and I'm done. I can't lose any more, so I'm just going to give up on this diet. And so that's what happens to a lot of people. They see diminishing returns on what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So that is when, more than ever, you need the determination to continue on. Because, as I've said, weight loss is a very simple formula. All you have to do is burn more than you take in. And if you can do that, then you can lose weight. So the way to do that is to keep yourself motivated so that when you do, and yes you will, reach that plateau, you push through it. And so that's why we have things built in like month 7. If you look at gethypnosis.com, overcome low self-esteem.
Yeah, well, I do believe in hypnosis a great deal because it's all about the mind and the will, and with so many people out there, and especially young people, going for these surgeries, you really offer an excellent option. More than excellent.
Well, thank you. Yes, losing weight before surgery and stopping smoking before surgery is another great thing that physicians always enjoy the benefit of hypnosis with. So absolutely, I appreciate your positive input.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, as
Certainly.
always. Bye.
It's an honor to help.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Okay, Steve, and I'd like to bounce around a little bit more on the lines now. And let's see, caller with area code 302. Can you hear us? Okay. Steve, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here, Frank.
Seem to be having some problems with the lines here. I don't know if they can hear us or they're just not talking. Caller area code 813.
Yes, can you hear me?
Hi, good evening. Yes, we hear you now. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Hernando.
How are you doing, Hernando? We're talking live with Steve G. Jones. Do you have a question?
Well, Steve, does this type of mind conditioning works on the process of dieting, but also stimulates you to get motivated to continue exercising and get on with this type of mindset for a long time, or is something that you have to reinforce once in a while?
Frank, could you rephrase that, as you're so good at doing?
I think what he's trying to ask is, does there come a phase in time where you really need to reinforce the hypnosis to continue on the path of losing weight?
Oh, absolutely. The situation, Hernando, is that your mind will have an idea, and one day, maybe one day you decide you're going to be a doctor, but a month down the road, once you see all the classes involved, you may decide, oh, I think I'll not be a doctor. So we are not machines per se. We are in one sense, but in another sense we're not. We cannot just program ourselves and expect to push through everything without any help whatsoever, because we are affected by our past, we're affected by our emotions, and we're affected by other people. So you do need constant reinforcement to reach your goal. And the good thing about hypnotherapy is that as you're getting that constant reinforcement, what you're also getting is a change in your subconscious mind so that you will not need it forever. Once you reach your goal of losing the amount of weight you no longer want or need, you will already have in your subconscious mind the habits and the determination and the knowledge of how to continue on with that, how to keep your weight low where you want it to be for the rest of your life.
How long does it take to get to that point?
That depends on the person. It depends on how much weight you want to lose. Are you the person who wants to lose weight?
Well, no, not really. I have an adequate weight, but I'm trying just to keep myself motivated, just to continue doing my exercise routines and keep an eye on what I'm eating.
Okay. Well, exercise, we definitely address that at gethypnosis.com, and that whether you want to use our program or another one, exercise must be addressed, because exercise, even if you're already at your ideal weight, you should be exercising, because it's good for your cardiovascular system, and you're just going to live a longer, healthier, more energetic life if you exercise. But it is important to have the encouragement to do that, and that's one of the things that should be addressed in any exercise program, or even in any weight loss program, rather, or any program in general. It's just a good thing all around.
Okay, thanks.
Certainly.
Thank you for calling in, Hernando.
You're welcome.
Steve, before we bounce around a little bit more to the lines, I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
Can this plan, I noticed, for example, we'll take Hernando, he said that he's at an adequate weight. What if someone is already at an optimal weight? Can they still use this series that you've put together to, let's say, to maintain their exercise routine or just to increase their energy levels, or is this strictly a plan only for weight loss?
Well, this is designed, as most of my hypnotherapy programs are designed, to be all-encompassing. When you think about it, improving body image, and we also have a recording in there for perfect and radiant health, this is designed to be not only something that people can use, but also even if you wanted to use another program, you should make sure that it has these things in it. And if you're designing your life or redesigning your life, you should make sure that it has these components in it. So these things are multi-purpose. If you are interested in living a life, even if you're already at your ideal weight, if you're interested in living a life full of energy, positive belief in yourself, and excitement and fun and vigor, then this is the way to go with what we have outlined on gethypnosis.com. That's why I'm pleased tonight to unleash this. This is something we've never even addressed before. This is the way that I deal with clients. When I had my office in Beverly Hills, and my job was to help celebrities lose weight and help regular people like you and I lose weight. It's something I developed during that time, which I've never before released to the public, and I'm happy to share it now because I want to give back to people. These are things which can make your life better, no matter who you are.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for answering that, Steve.
Certainly.
Let's head back to the phone lines here for a second. I see a new caller, area code 262. Caller with area code 262. Can you hear us? Okay. They may be in a state of hypnosis tonight, Steve.
That's possible. Something's going on.
It could be. I see a lot of people on the lines, but no one seems to be coming through with the questions. Okay, so let's get back to gethypnosis.com for a second, Steve. So I'm over there now. So I want to ask you the Titanium series, which these are what this series of recordings consist of. What are the main differences of this new Titanium series? Let's say we know that the Gold is your original series recordings, and then you upgraded them, and the Platinum series. What's the main differences? Why did you choose Titanium series instead of, let's say, a Platinum weight loss series?
Well, the main difference is, and if you're there at gethypnosis.com, you can look at them also. We have added some enhancements, technological enhancements, which really aid in the power of bringing the message to your subconscious mind. For example, my sound engineers have put a 2 decibel pulse every 2 minutes in the volume of the music track, and it accompanies the flowing relaxation of the binaural tones. So not only do we have binaural tones, which we have in the Platinum series, but the Titanium series takes that a step further. Now we have the pulse of the music flowing with the binaural tones, so it makes a much more relaxing scenario for you. If you think about ocean waves and how rhythmic they can be, and I'm making my voice more rhythmic now, something like that, you see how relaxing that can be, just some kind of cadence along those lines that's regular and steady and allows you to relax even more deeply. And when you do that, the subconscious messages are easier to deliver to your subconscious mind. Also, dynamic stereo panning, the sounds going to the left, favoring the left channel, and then favoring the right channel, being more clearly audible in one channel over the other, and that switching back and forth, that takes care of the sound getting into both ears, and they're getting their equal time in which they are receiving more emphasis. So we understand there are two different hemispheres in the brain, so we are taking care of that by taking time to address one and taking time to address the other. So things like that, little things which if you just listen to the recordings you may not even notice, but little things which are scientifically working in your favor to help these recordings become even more powerful for you and ultimately to help you change your life.
Okay, great. Steve, I'm going to head back to the phone lines here for a second. Maybe we'll have a little better luck this time. Caller with area code 714. Can you hear us?
I can.
Hi, good evening. Who are we speaking with?
My name is Priscilla.
Hi, good evening, Priscilla. Thank you for calling in. Do you have a question for Steve?
I don't know if I have a question. I wanted to call just to voice my gratitude. I am part of the Titanium weight loss hypnosis recording series. I joined the whole group, and I am just so pleased with what's been going on. I'm in my 3rd month, and I'm just so thankful. Is Steve on the line?
He is.
I am, Priscilla.
Oh, Steve, thank you so much. This is I'm in the 3rd month right now, and this has just changed my life. The first month we just it seems like it really has changed my eating habits. I'm eating healthier. I'm desiring things that are good for me rather than some of the junk I used to eat. And I'm just feeling really motivated. The 2nd month was that I love to exercise, and before I was listening to this, I would make up all kinds of excuses to put it off and procrastinate. And now I'm motivated. I can't wait to get up every morning and go for a walk or a bike ride. I just plan my day around my exercising.
That is wonderful. And now you're in month 3, which will be increased energy?
Yes, and not only increasing energy, but with the eating habits changing and then me exercising, I pretty much exercise at least 5 or 6 days. I make an effort to do that, which isn't really that hard anymore. I just can't wait to do it, but I'm losing weight. I've already lost, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've already lost 24 pounds, and I'm only on my 3rd month.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations on that.
And that sounds like a good, healthy amount of weight to lose per week. That's about 8 pounds per week. And again, she's talking about gethypnosis.com. She's just, apparently you have signed up for the program, and we're honored to have you on the call this evening. Thank you for calling in to share that, and just sharing that it works. So thank you so much. And I, myself, even though I don't actually have any weight to lose, at least according to my doctor, I don't, but I use this series myself just to make sure that I maintain, now that I'm 40, just to make sure that I maintain the optimal weight that I should be for my age and my height. So was there anything else you wanted to add there, Priscilla?
Well, I did. I am concerned about that. I'm on the third month, and I've lost, as you mentioned, about 8 pounds a month, which is pretty stable, and I've lost about 24 pounds. I probably only have about 6 or 8 more pounds to go. And so I see the different ones that are coming up, and I'm looking so forward to the improving the body image and the confidence. But my question is, what about when I'm done with it's the 12-month program? Should I go back and listen to some of them as I need them, or what do you recommend, Steve?
Great question. Well, we have, as you can see on the website, we have programs beyond that. We just couldn't put them all on there for now. So if you still want to stick with it after that, just let us know, and we'll be glad to let you know. But what's probably going to happen at a certain point for you, especially with the speed at which you're losing weight, which I think is great, your body will level off. You will not go below what you should. In other words, it will not drop down to 0 or anything like that, your weight. You think if she's losing 8 pounds a month, it won't be long before she's at 0. Well, that doesn't work that way. What will happen is you will safely and easily glide in to your normal, healthy weight that you should be at, and you will maintain that weight. So you can continue on with the program if you want. That's up to you. And if at the end of the 12 months you still want to continue on, just let us know, and we'll tell you what's next. But I am so proud of you for having stuck with it and believed in it and believed in yourself, because people who believe in themselves and make this happen, it works. It works for them, and they get the results they want.
Well, I'm just so thankful, because I have tried Weight Watchers, I've tried all kinds of things, and until I found this, I have been completely unsuccessful. So I am not only a believer in myself now, but I am a firm believer in hypnosis. So I just wanted to call and say thank you to you, and I'm just so thankful I found the website, and I was able to join this Titanium series.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Priscilla. I appreciate you mentioning that. And by the way, we've got a special bonus that we're giving away to anyone listening tonight who may want to sign up for this. You don't have to sign up for this. We're just presenting this as knowledge that you can use in your life if you want to lose weight, how you can do it. But anyone who does sign up for this, we're giving them a bonus that we're announcing at the end of the call. I just want you to know, Priscilla, I don't want to mention it now because I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give the surprise away. But I want you to know that you're going to get that. We're going to make sure that when you get off the air, Mr. Mangano gets your information, and we're going to make sure that you get that bonus at no extra charge.
Oh, goodness. I am so thankful. I truly just wanted to call and say thank you, and then I had that question about maintenance, but now I'm getting something extra. So I'm amazed, and I'm so motivated, and I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Well, thank you, Priscilla. Thanks for calling in.
Excellent. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. Have a good night.
It's always good to hear positive feedback. I mean, we're here to answer questions and so forth, but when somebody calls in and has a success story, what a wonderful thing to share.
Well, that is wonderful, and she just sounds like she's a complete ball of energy, Steve.
She does, and that would be easily explainable by the fact that she's in month 3, which is increased energy. You know, it's possible that some people listening to this are not on gethypnosis.com, so maybe just to make this more clear, I should go over exactly what we're talking about here. And what we're talking about is a system that you can use. Now, you don't have to get our system. You can create this yourself if you want. If you're working with a hypnotherapist, tell them that you want to start using this in this order. Or if you want to work with yourself doing self-hypnosis, you can use this. Or if you want to purchase it, you can. That's up to you. But I want you to have this information. So what we're talking about is the first step in a weight loss program would be changing what you eat. You've got to change what you eat. You've got to get rid of those foods that are disempowering and start eating things that are going to be beneficial. And the second thing you need to do is you need to start exercising. You have got to get yourself into a routine which involves exercise. If you are not in a routine that involves exercise, you must start one, and you must have the encouragement somehow to maintain it. Hypnosis is a great way to do that. And then that's why we have Increase Energy, which Priscilla is on in month 3, Increase Energy. You've got to keep your energy up, because if you're exercising, you have got to have energy for that. The correct foods you're eating are going to help. Proper sleep is going to help. But there's also something in your mind that you can change that gives you energy. Frank, have you ever been in a situation where you just needed more energy and you just thought to yourself, I need more energy, and it came to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So we have the ability within ourselves to do that. This just brings out in you what you already have, a natural propensity, a natural ability you already have within yourself. It brings it out for you. And then month 4 goes right along that. Now we're increasing your metabolism also, because you want to burn things more quickly. So there's things that you're putting in your body, which are now good things. They were bad, now they're good things. They're going to get burned more quickly. And then improve body image. We've got to get you focused on that ideal body. We all have an ideal body in our minds and of ourselves. And when you look in the mirror, you can see that. If you're not seeing it, we want you to see it. There's a beautiful body underneath the fat. There's a beautiful muscular body for guys who want that, and some women want that also. There's a beautiful body waiting to emerge, and we want you to see that, and that way you can move toward it. So that's why month 5, and we're looking at gethypnosis.com, and month 5 we have Improve Body Image. Then stop binge eating. So many people, I'm sure you've heard this, Frank, people start a diet, and next thing you know, they're eating more than ever. Have you heard that?
Way too often.
Yeah, it happens, and I've heard it when I had my office in Beverly Hills, and I worked with people on stopping eating, even celebrities, not stopping eating completely, and believe me, some supermodels wanted to stop eating completely, but regular people like you and I would come to me as clients, and they'd want to control what they're eating, and so I'd work with them. Sure enough, shortly into the program, they were eating more than ever. So now, over time, I've realized this has got to be built into a weight loss protocol. Whether you're working with a hypnotherapist, doing self-hypnosis, or whether you want our program, doesn't matter. It's got to be in there no matter what. Stop binge eating. And then we have Overcome Low Self-Esteem, because let's face it, we all from time to time face that. And if we're going to persist in anything, we've got to have high self-esteem. Overcome sugar cravings. You know, the brain needs 2 things. And you know what those 2 things are, Frank?
I believe one of them is, I know one of them for sure is sugar.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure the other one is water.
Right. You've got to have a well-hydrated brain, and it's got to have sugar. Those are really the only 2 things that a brain needs to continue functioning. And if you have a brain that's telling you more sugar, more sugar, more sugar, well, you're going to seek out more sugar. So we need to make sure that those cravings are toned down to only what is beneficial for you and not excessive, as is the case with some people. Perfect and radiant health is the next step. Perfect and radiant health is what this is all about, getting you to the point where your health is perfect. We want you to be a healthy person. We don't want disease holding you down. We don't want sickness holding you down. If there's some disease you have, then hopefully you're working with your doctor to manage that disease. But we want to make sure that whatever your situation is, you have the best health possible so that you can persist. I've heard of a lot of people, and perhaps you've heard this as well, Frank, they start something, and then they get sick, and they just don't finish it. Have you run into that?
Absolutely, all the time.
Okay, and Frank writes a lot of articles about health, so he deals with a lot of questions from people about that, and they run into a sickness, and unfortunately it just debilitates them. It takes all their energy away, so suddenly this person who is on the track for success is debilitated and can't persist. So we want to make sure that you are as healthy as you can be. Then, of course, stop eating carbs, because you want to control. You don't have to stop them if you don't want to, but you need to control your carb intake. And then food is fuel. We need to make sure that we're understanding food is fuel. It's not to be used to cover emotions during a breakup. It's not to be used for excessive entertainment. food will still be enjoyable, but you need to understand its purpose, its fuel, and then listen to your body. Is in month 12 there. You want to listen to your body and pay attention. Your body has some really, really important things to tell you, which are going to allow it to stay healthy. Now that it's changed the way it views itself, it has some really important things to share with you about how you can maybe change your exercise a little bit to make it a little better, and how maybe you can change your eating habits a little bit to make them even better. Now that your body's trained and your mind's trained to think about weight loss, your body's going to have some input for you, so you want to listen to it.
Well, wonderful. Well, Steve, that really sounds like these are the complete package of empowering recordings for someone who's looking to achieve their ideal weight, and even if not, just to continue on as maintenance.
Absolutely. And as I've said, I use the recordings myself, even though I'm at my ideal weight, because I just want to make sure that I'm living the best life I can with the best body image that I can possibly have, and always striving to be my best and to have lots of energy. It's just the way to go for me.
Excellent. And I do want to say this also, Steve, as a consumer health advocate, and as you said, and I do a lot of research and writing on health on a daily basis. And I do want everyone listening to know that I do recommend hypnosis as an alternative treatment to my subscribers. And I also want everyone to know that I have sampled your recordings of this titanium series, and I definitely would like everyone to know that I will be recommending those, Steve, because they're just as powerful, if not even more powerful, than the previous recordings that I've sampled of yours. So I just want everyone to know that.
Well, thank you for that, Frank. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. And Steve, now you mentioned something of a bonus. You said something that you're going to be giving away to the people who are going to enroll in this tonight. So let's talk about that. I think everyone's curious to know what else do you have in store with them for when they sign up for the enrollment. Okay.
And since Priscilla called in, and I said I would extend it to her also. Now I want everyone who's already, there have been so many people signed up for this, so many people writing in, as you know, every day with how happy they are with their success. I want those people, if they're listening right now, even if they're not, we're going to go out to them. I want them to know that we're going to give this to them also, because they've already signed up. We're going to just give it to everyone just across the board. What I want people to have, if they sign up now or if they've already signed up, is a half-hour consultation with me. And I want to talk one-on-one with the person. I want to make sure that they're going to make the best of this program. So I am willing to give a half hour of my time, and they can ask me anything they want. And we can even do a mini hypnosis session if they want live. It'll just be me and them, and that's it. And I want to give that away to everyone who takes the time right now to go to gethypnosis.com and sign up for the Weight Loss Titanium Series.
Well, that's very generous, Stephen. And I do want to point this out, and I'd like everyone to know this. And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but the phone consultations, I believe, are normally for an hour is $2,500.
Well, normally for the first 2-hour session, I charge $2,500.
Okay.
And if for follow-ups, I charge $1,500. So if we looked at it as how does this compare to the normal charge, it'd be a half hour. So my normal follow-up 1-hour sessions are $1,500, $1,500. It would be equivalent to half of that. So it's a $750 value. But for me, it's not about that. It's not about, hey, I'm giving you $750 or anything like that. It's just about, I want to make sure that you, if you want to do this program, that you are set up for success, that you know how to get the best out of it, that you know your target weight and you're motivated to get there. And I want to make sure that we get rid of any misconceptions you have about weight loss and anything like that, and get you really focused on making this happen.
Wonderful. That's very, very generous, Steve. So, folks, just to be clear, anyone who enrolls in Steve's Titanium Hypnosis Weight Loss Series here tonight, you are also going to be getting a free 30-minute one-on-one private phone consultation with him. And Steve, at this time, let's take it back to the phone lines here. Let's see if we can open up these phone lines and get anyone else who has questions We still have, I noticed an caller area code 302. We have a caller area code 262. Does anyone else on the line have any questions for Steve? Callers area code 302-262. Okay. Either they're in a state of hypnosis or they're a little shy this evening, Steve.
And that's fine. That's fine. It could be that they called in and they thought that was just the number you call in to listen, and that's fine. We don't want to put anyone on the spot. But
okay.
We would hope that if anyone does have any questions, you would go to the number there on your screen as you listen to this. If you're listening to a recording of this after the fact, there won't be a number on your screen. But if you're listening to us live, there's a number on your screen. And you can call in if you have a question. If not, that's fine. You can just listen to us. But if you have a question, we want to know about it because we want to answer that question for you. Also, Frank, this just occurred to me. I said that anyone signing up right now is going to get that bonus, the half hour with me. I also want to say that if you're listening to this recording after the fact, because I know this is still going to be available, if you're listening to this recording after the fact and you want to sign up as you're listening to this recording, I'm still going to extend that offer. I'm still going to give you that half hour free consultation. Call it a $750 value if you want. I just call it my gift to you to make sure that you are on the right track. So go ahead and sign up for that at gethypnosis.com if weight loss is something you want to do. And I'm going to make that happen even if you're listening to this recording after the fact, even if it's no longer the live session that you're listening to. Somebody told you about this and you're listening to it. Go ahead and sign up now, and that session is yours.
That's great, Steve. And how can they claim this? I think everyone would be interested to know. How can they claim the 30-minute phone consultation? Do they email in?
That is a very good question, Frank, and I don't have the answer to that.
Okay. Should they just email in after the enrollment?
That sounds like a good plan. I'm sorry, I realize I put you on the spot here by announcing the free 30-minute consultation. So I come up with these ideas because I want to give to people, and then Frank and others have to actually make it happen. So I kind of put them on the spot there. Yeah, let's go ahead and if you sign up for it, just go ahead and email. There'll be an email address. Is that right, Frank? There'll be an email address?
That is correct, yes.
Sign up. Go ahead and get that email address and email us, and we will set that up for you. And we will make sure, I will personally make sure that everyone who orders gets the half-hour consultation. So if you don't email us, we will email you, and we will make sure that you get that you're at least offered that half-hour consultation.
Okay, great, excellent. And Steve, before we run out of time, anything in closing? Any final thoughts in closing?
Well, I'd like to say that you can do anything that you set your mind to, and weight loss is just one of those things. If you sit down in a quiet room by yourself and close your eyes and just settle your mind, and you think about something that you want to accomplish, let's say a year from now, I want you to realize that whatever it is, as crazy or ridiculous as it may sound to you, you have the power to create that in your life, whatever it is. So whether you use hypnosis or not doesn't matter. All that really matters is that you believe in yourself, and you can start taking the steps today to bring yourself toward it. Now, we have the Weight Loss Titanium series at gethypnosis.com. That is a way for you to have me systematically programming your mind to achieve and maintain weight loss. But what's more important than that you can take away from this teleseminar that we're doing right now is the understanding that no matter who's facilitating it, me or someone else, it's you. You are the one that really makes the difference. So if I had one thing that I could say to people tonight that I want them to take away from this, realize that all change is possible, and all change starts with you.
Well said, Steve. And Steve, thank you very much. I'd like to thank you for your time. I'd like to thank everyone, all the callers who had called in and asked their questions. And as always, I look forward to our future teleconferences.
Same here, Frank. Thank you for facilitating this wonderful opportunity to reach out to people and help them.
It is my pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, on a final note, this fantastic program is available at GetHypnosis.com, the Titanium Weight Loss Series at GetHypnosis.com. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.